And once you've really figured out what that urge feeling is, identify it, take note of it. Sometimes it can even help to give it a color or a shape. For example, you could say, oh, it's the purple dinosaur. And so whenever you get the urge, you're like, oh, it's the purple dinosaur. You can't fight.
Like, make a terrible joke, sorry. This be a really serious topic. I'm just, when you have those thoughts in your head, it's like something's kind of funny. Like, in this case, like she's talking about Barney jacking you off. It's kind of funny. It's just like, I love, like, that's kind of funny. Like, stoicism. We're back in this. Come on. Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Bridge Reacts, Bridge Between Us. I'm your host, Marcus. Thank you for stopping by to see another episode of the Bridge Reacts, where we're here to bridge the gap between men and women, masculine and feminine energies. We are trying to decrease the divorce rate, add into long-lasting marriages, long-lasting relationships, so we can build a stronger working class, stronger community, stronger families, right? Good things, great things, positive things. If you like the vibe here, you like what we talk about, please subscribe, hit the like button as well, notification bell so you know every time we drop another gem here on the Bridge. Today's topic, we are talking about something a little bit different than typical conversations on the channel. This is directed towards men on this episode. Men, we need to be able to connect with our lady, our partner, right? Even when it comes to a sexual level as well. So what can affect that? Well, if you're an addict of certain things, such as prawn, today's topic, that can greatly affect your relationship with yourself as well, mentally, emotionally, and sexually. So what can you do to possibly break out of that habit, that addiction? Because it really is a drug. Unfortunately, it is something that is very impactful to us as men, even young men, especially nowadays when it's so accessible. It is everywhere. I mean, prawn is everywhere. Marcus, edit that out. So let's go ahead and talk about it with Miss Rena. She's an MD, a great, phenomenal channel. She makes amazing content. I've seen a few of her videos so far. Literally like a beacon of knowledge when it comes to sexual health, mental health, emotional health, or just wellness in general. She is the person to talk to. Please check out her channel, men and women alike. She has information for women too. That's not just for men and men's health. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. It's going to be a shorter video. But please tell me what you think. Please subscribe to the like button as well and notification bell. Let's go ahead and get to it.
Today, we're talking about problematic pornography use. I'm Dr. Rena Malik, urologist and pelvic surgeon. And if you're new here, I make weekly content on urologic health, bladder health, sexual health, and so much more. If you like what you see, please make sure to subscribe and share this channel with your friends.
Pelvic surgeon.
As a disclaimer, this video is not meant to shame anyone. If you're using pornography and it's enjoyable and it's not causing any negative consequences to your life, then there's no harm in using it. However, if you're using pornography on a regular basis and getting strong urges to use it and avoiding normal daily activities like going to work or hanging out with friends, maybe needing more and more pornography to reach climax and feeling like you've lost control, these are signs that pornography may be a problem for you. Also, if generally you're feeling frustrated, unsatisfied with life, and pornography is the only thing that's bringing you joy or happiness, then that's another sign that you need to really take a look and watch this video. For people who have problematic use of pornography, this can have really significant life consequences. It can lead to social isolation when you're spending more and more time watching rather than doing other activities. You can start feeling very lonely. It can also lead to decreased productivity in work or school. And in some cases, it can lead to increased mental health issues like depression or anxiety. And lastly, it can cause problems in your relationships. And if you're spending a lot of money purchasing pornography, it can end up being very financially problematic, meaning
I hope, let me just pause it here for just a second. Please, no one pay for this. If you are going to engage and watch, prawn and engage in self-pleasuring and stuff like that, which is, let's be honest, it's completely natural, but it's like, if you are paying for this, like you're a little deep into it, and there's no judgment here. Let's clear the air. There is no judgment here on the Bridge. We're not trying to shame anybody. That's real, okay? We're not trying to do that, but you can't, you will notice signs of if you are actually an addict or you are addicted to something. The feeling of you needing to pull away, delete the app, delete the photos, delete the pages you have on your private browser history or whatever. And then you go back to it, and then you have urges, you have certain withdrawals almost. This is an addiction. And I'm gonna let Rena continue and take it away, but I just wanted to make that disclaimer. There's no judgment here. This is a safe space. It really is. It's good.
You can end up spending more money than you have on things like buying pornography. So if you're in this category, what are some tips that you can use to help break the cycle? First and foremost, you want to delete all access to pornography that you have. Delete all the pornography on your computer, on your phone, delete the websites, make sure you don't have access to them, and find an accountability partner. Find someone who will keep you honest in saying, did you use it today? And you're going to tell them honestly if you did or you didn't. Better yet, you could also get help from other things like apps. Blocker X is an application that can allow you to effectively block apps, websites, and other things on your devices that give you access to pornography. But the problem with most apps, unlike Blocker X, is that you can delete them or bypass them yourself. But with Blocker X, you also can choose an account.
I was just about to say that. You can only, like, if you have the urge, you can just unblock it and then still visit it. So how does... I guess this is the accountability partner part of it, right?
Accountability partner that actually is the only person who can allow you to remove that app from your phone or computer. And this app has a community. It has over 100,000 active community members that are all trying to overcome their problems with pornography. And the app also gives you access to several courses about how pornography can affect your relationships, your life, and potentially cause erectile dysfunction. Ultimately, this app increases awareness of...
If that's not enough to really make you want to, change certain habits, lifestyles, and just mindset of like what this content that you may consume a lot and often do to you mentally and physically, I don't know what will. Like that is like, if you're unable to really connect with yourself, connect with your partner, and you only can, in a sense, get off, or you can only like really have that fulfilling feeling, or that you only get that itch scratched from consuming that specific content, prawn in this example, then that is another tall tale sign that maybe this is an addiction and you need to really not monetize it like a lot of people are doing these days, but to really watch it, understand what's happening, get help, and really take the steps, the first few steps of what it takes to really understand that it is a problem and what you can do to address it, right? So
the problem and provides concrete solutions. Check out the link in the pinned comment below. The third thing you can do is figure out the cues that are triggering you to use pornography. So take note of what's happening when you get the urge to use pornography. Are you depressed? Are you bored? Are you sad? Are you lonely? What exactly is causing you to feel this urge? Is there something that happens pretty routinely before you go watch pornography? The fourth thing is then identify what happens when you get the urge itself to watch pornography. How does your body feel? Do you feel kind of tense in your muscles? Do you feel your heart racing? Do you feel very uncomfortable sensation in your chest or your stomach? Take note of that feeling. That's your urge feeling. And once you've really figured out what that urge feeling is, identify it. Take note of it. Sometimes it can even help to give it a color or a shape. For example, you could say, oh, it's the purple dinosaur. And so whenever you get the urge, you're like, oh, it's the purple dinosaur. You can't fight.
Like, like a terrible joke, sorry. This will be a really serious topic. I just, when you have those thoughts in your head, it's like something's kind of funny. Like, in this case, like she's talking about Barney jacking you off. It's kind of funny. It's just like, I love, like, that's kind of funny. Like, stoicism. We're back in this. Come on.
Fight the urge. You just have to acknowledge it, know that it's there, and know that it will go away on its own, but it's going to be there. And so allow the urge and then let it pass. And as you keep practicing that, the urges will get less strong and less bothersome, but they will still certainly be there. You will never get away from having urges to do something that your brain has habituated itself to do. We allow you to overcome this problem. And lastly, now that you know what your cues are, your triggers are, and what happens when you get the urge, write those things down. So, for example, if you feel depressed, write down, I feel depressed, and then I get the urge and I feel my heart racing and my muscles tense up. And then you go watch pornography. So that's your habit loop. Now you want to break the habit loop. So, what are you going to do when you have that cue and that trigger? What can you replace with pornography? What else gives you dopamine or joy?
Exercise, meditation, talking to loved ones and friends, going out and doing something, being productive. These are all things that can be a replacement for the prawn addiction. I know it's easier said than done, right? But I feel like she's probably going to say that, but let's go ahead and continue.
Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe that's talking to a friend. Maybe that's reading a book or
I didn't watch this whole thing prior. I guess I'm good at guessing. But yeah, that makes sense.
taking a bath, or even just doing a quick workout like 20 jumping jacks or 5 push ups. And maybe that will help you get a little bit of endorphin rush and avoid the need to use pornography. Lastly, realize that
Well said.
if you do watch it or if you do give in to the urge, don't beat yourself up. Be kind to yourself. Know that things will happen. It will not be a straight line. And just keep working at it. Keep writing those things down. Keep practicing, and eventually you'll get over it. If none of those things work, there are other options available to you to go seek help. See a psychologist, and they will maybe offer you things like cognitive behavioral therapy or medications like antidepressants, mood stabilizers, or naltrexone, which is a medication that's used for other types of dependencies to reduce craving. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember to take care of yourself because you're worth it.
Thank you so much, Miss Rena, for that information. Great content. Once again, please subscribe, hit the like button on her channel. Kind of wrapping everything up, my final thoughts of the whole prawn situation and addiction, right? So once again, if we want to have a much stronger community, we need to build stronger relationships. We can't have stronger relationships if we're not able to connect with one another. We're not going to be able to connect with one another if we are addicted to drugs. We're connecting with drugs and not the other person, our spouse, our girlfriend, lady, whatever in the situation. We're talking about our partner, right? And when it comes to a drug addiction, noticing what is going on, noticing that it is a problem, the first step, right? And then I love what she said in this video where you need to write down the cues, write down what behaviors or whatever comes to mind when you have these urges so you can see where the cycle starts, where it leads you to, and where, of course, it unfortunately ends to. You can kind of substitute it for something much more productive, much more of a healthier balance. Maybe talk to your lady. I mean, I know conversations like this can be kind of awkward, weird, whatever, but like if you were with this person that you truly feel like you want to be with for a very long time, if not for as long as God allows it, right? Maybe you should get close to that person and have conversations like these. Let them know that something's going on, something is wrong, something is bothering you. And if that person's right for you, I hate to sound cliche, then they would probably stay and be very accepting. That is what a nurturing feminine woman would do for the man that she cares about. I'm just saying. And if she doesn't do that, then maybe that might not be the person for you. That's fair, right? You have to really ask yourself, why are you doing it? What void are you trying to fulfill? Is the other person that you're with or you're interacting with not able to fill in that void? Or why are you substituting that? Why are you substituting them for the content that you're consuming? I know we as guys, we always talk about, mental health and physicality stuff, or talk about women and all that stuff. We need to talk about ourselves and our physical health and all the benefits that come with it. If you are addicted to stuff like this content, like it can cause a lot of other problems for you, emotionally, mentally, and sexually in your relationship. So we can break the habit. We need to identify it, men. We can break the habit. We can do this together. Once again, it is healthy to self-pleasure yourself, but everything in increments. Too much of anything can be a bad thing, no matter what you do. Water, food, sleep even, prawn. Let's go ahead and break the cycle together. Let's be better men. Let's be better partners. Let's be much more connected with our lady. She deserves it, right? That's the whole point. Please tell me what you think about the episode. Subscribe to the like button if you like the content. If you think anything about this right here kind of speaks to you, this is once again a safe space. You don't have to say anything about your own experience, because it can be kind of weird, especially if it's online. But this is, once again, this is a community. This is all love. At the end of the day, we're trying to be better. That's the whole point of this. It's all love, brother. But till next time, see you guys on the channel. Please be safe out there, and y'all have a nice one. See ya.